Shishi Guru Garanga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashvata Rashita Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashvata Rashita Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gaurkishoras Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Ki Jai Nitya Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Rupa Nugadya Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shar Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai Nama Chai Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ki Jai Shri Amuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur Shri Vishwarup Mahotsav Ki Jai the Sannyas Day of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai and also of Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Vishwarup Ki Jai Shri Vishwambar Ki Jai. Alright, Hare Krishna everybody. So, I forgot to write about Vishwarup in the in the video here. But yeah, we should be reading about Vishwarup today. I just wrote about Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. I had a busy day yesterday, and right before I went to sleep, it was really late, and I just quickly wrote what we were going to do, and then I wasn't thinking straight. I don't even actually know what we're going to do. I'm keeping it open. But I think right now we can sing a song by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. And then we can find something to read about Vishwarup Mahotsav, and if there's anything about Srila Prabhupada and my Parama Gurudev taking sannyas. We can read that, and then we'll read either articles by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura or about Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. You can let me know what you prefer. And then from tomorrow onwards, we'll continue our Caitanya-bhāgavata reading. All right, so let's see. Hari Bol Karuna Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, and Vidya Lalasa Didi. Hare Krishna. And I see two other people. Hare Krishna. Okay, let me know if you have any suggestions what song we should sing. One of my favorite kirtans is Hari Hari Kabe Habe Heno Dashamor by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. Let's see. Okay, just checking if anybody had any specific requests. Haribol Ganga Mataji. Don't see any specific requests, so we'll just sing that one. Oh, Hari Krishna, Krishna Mai Mataji. Okay, so I'll sing this one. Hari Hari Kabe Habe Heno Dashamor. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to going through all these kirtans from Kalyana Kalpataru. I don't know how, you might have heard me mention before, I started on vineofdevotion.com. I'm starting a thing where I'm going through the books of the songbooks of Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, like Kalyana Kalpataru. I'm starting with that, Kalyana Kalpataru, and then what's the one after that? Then Gitavali and Sharanagati, and then Gitamala. So I'm going to write summaries about all of them, but maybe it would be nice just to make a video, like just go live and we can go through them together, sing the kirtans, read the translations, and like that. That also helped me with writing something. Let me know if you like that idea. I'd probably do it in the evening time if I did that. Okay. So I really like all these songs of Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, like where he's imagining himself in Navadvip. And he's just, yeah, like you'll see. Whatever, you can see it clear enough. Okay. When will such a condition be mine? Upon renouncing my mundane desires and all varieties of bondage, I shall relinquish this dreadful material existence. I shall construct a small hut in Śrī Navadvip Dham, which is non-different from Śrī Vrindavan. Recognizing my relationship with Śrī Sachinandan, I shall take shelter of his lotus feet. Sitting in a solitary place within a transcendental forest on the bank of the Jahnavi river, or the bank of the Ganga, I shall continuously drink the nectar of Shri Krishna's name. Chanting the name of Gauranga, I shall call out, Ha Gaur Nitai, Tora Duti Bhai, Patita Janir Bandhu. O Gaur Nitai, both of you brothers are the friends of all fallen souls. Adhama Patita Ami He Durjan. I am the lowest of the low and very sinful. Ho More Kripa Sindhu, so please be an ocean of mercy to me. Weeping and weeping as I wander about the 16 kroshas, the 32 square miles of the Dham. One second, let me make it small. Sorry, okay. Weeping and weeping as I wander about the 16 kroshas of the Dham, by both of the Jahnavi's banks, I shall, by some good fortune, behold a vision beneath a tree. And then when he has that vision, he cries out, "O Manohar, enchanter of my mind, what have I seen today?" Saying this, I shall faint. After regaining consciousness, I shall weep in secret, remembering that drop of Shishi Gaur Nitai's mercy. One second, just making sure I have the right settings on. Yes, I do. Okay. Akabe abeheno dashamo kabe habeheno dashamo kabe habeheno dashamor kabe habeheno dashamor tyaji jara yasha vivida bandhan charivo sangsara go tyaji jara yasha vivida bandhan charivo sangsara go kabe abeheno dashamor কবে হবে নো দশা মোর, কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর, কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর। বৃন্দাবনা ভেদে নবদ্বীপ ধামে বাঁধিব কুটির খানি। বৃন্দাবনা ভেদে নবদ্বীপ ধামে বাঁধিব কুটির খানি। সচিরনন্দন চরণয়াশয়, সচিরনন্দন চরণয়াশয় করিব সম্বন্ধ মানি, করিব সম্বন্ধ মানি। কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর, কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর, কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর, কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর। জাহ্নবী পুলিনে চিন্ময় কাননে বসিয়া বিজন স্থলে। জাহ্নবী পুলিনে চিন্ময় কাননে বসিয়া বিজন স্থলে। কৃষ্ণ নামামৃত নিরন্তর পিব, কৃষ্ণ নামামৃত নিরন্তর পিব। ডাকিব গৌরাঙ্গ বলে, ডাকিব গৌরাঙ্গ বলে। হা গৌরানিতাই তোরা দুটি ভাই, পতিত জনে বন্ধু। হা গৌরানিতাই তোরা দুটি ভাই, পতিত জনের বন্ধু। অধম পতিত আমি হে দুর্জন, অধম পতিত আমি হে দুর্জন। হো মোরে কৃপা সিন্ধু, হো মোরে কৃপা সিন্ধু, হো মোরে কৃপা সিন্ধু, হো মোরে কৃপা সিন্ধু। হবে হেন দশা মোর, কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর, কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর, কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর। কাঁদিতে কাঁদিতে সাই, কাঁদিতে কাঁদিতে 16 ক্রোশ ধাম জাহ্নবী উভয় কূলে। কাঁদিতে কাঁদিতে 16 ক্রোশ ধাম জাহ্নবী উভয় কূলে। ভ্রমিতে ভ্রমিতে কব ভাগ্য ফলে, ভ্রমিতে ভ্রমিতে কবু ভাগ্য ফলে। দেখি কিছু তরু মূলে, দেখি কিছু taru mole. Ha ha manohar ki dekhino yami boliya murchita hobo. Ha ha manohar ki dekhino yami boliya murchita hobo. Sambita paya kadibo gopane. Sambita paya kandibo gopane. Smari duhu kripalobo. Smari duhu kripalobo. Habe habe heno dashamor kabe. Habe heno dashamor kabe. Habe heno dashamor kabe. Habe heno dashamor. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Navadipa Jaya Mayapura, Navadipa Jaya Mayapura, Jaya Navadipa Mayapura, Navadipa Jaya Mayapura, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, Bhaktivinoda, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, Bhaktivinoda, Bhaktivinoda, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, Bhakti. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur, Hari Bol. All right, so now my voice is going out. I don't know why, but for some reason can't. Hare Krishna, Raj Bhuvan Yadav ji and Manmohan Prabhu and Champak Didi, Hare Krishna. And I already saw Ganga Mataji, yeah, okay. Alright, so now what shall we read? Let's look. First, I think we should read something about today, Vishwarup Mahotsav, and then we can read an article by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. We can look through the different rays of the harmonists and we can pick something after. What am I doing? Oh yeah. What happened to share? Oh, there it is. Sorry guys. I'm a little bit out of it today. Okay. Let's see, vcvani.com. Or no, let's go first to purebhakti.com. Read something from my Gurudev, Śrīmad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Let's see what's here. Srila Prabhupada's appearance day and sannyas day. Okay. Vishwarup Mahotsav and sannyas ceremony of Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Wow, there's, oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different things about today. Okay, let's start with this one. I'm just looking at the, okay. Oh, one second. I think, let's see, how do you do this? Let's open this in Instapaper. There. Okay, so this lecture was given, one second, let me just change the settings, formatting. Okay, you can see nicely, right? Okay. This lecture below was given on the first day of the second half of Chaturmasya at Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata Gaudiya Math on September 13th, year 2000. Srila Gurudev's lecture was on the topic of Śrī Vishwarup Mahotsav and the sannyas ceremony of Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Chaturmasya Vrat. Today is a very sacred day in our line. Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu had taken sannyas and he had begun to search for his brother, Śrī Vishwarup. While searching, he found out that on this day his brother had been in Pandharpur, and there he had disappeared from this world and had taken samadhi on the bank of the river Bhima. Then, although Mahaprabhu was observing Chaturmasya Vrat very strictly for 4 months, he shaved off his hair on this day. Before this year, he had never shaved during these 4 months, nor did he cut his nails. He observed all the rules and regulations of Chaturmasya. There are many items that are not allowed during Chaturmasya, such as leafy vegetables in the first month, yogurt in the second month, milk in the third month, and mustard oil in the fourth month. Besides this, throughout all 4 months, tomatoes, eggplants, and several other foodstuffs are prohibited. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu would follow all these rules very strictly, but nowadays we see that devotees do not follow. Our Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada were very strong in this regard. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Prabhupada said, "Take my photo during the 4 months of Chaturmasya Vrat to show that I never shave at that time." We all know that famous photo of him with a massive beard. So always keep it. Otherwise, always keep this photo of me. Otherwise, so many so-called disciples will say, "Oh, Prabhupada never observed Chaturmasya Vrat." Param Pujapad Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj gave concessions in the Western countries, and that is the only reason he would also shave. The Westerners could not follow strictly at that time. That is why he allowed tomatoes and eggplant, and that is also why he would take them. And that is why he also allowed carrots. I am therefore also giving concessions, not here in India, but in Western countries. If the devotees there like, they can take these items, but we don't take them. We should strictly follow our proper line from Mahaprabhu to Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and my Diksha and Shiksha gurus. In Western countries, some concessions should be given, but here in India we are very strict. If we cannot follow this, then how can we follow Krishna, and how can we serve Radha and Krishna? Mahaprabhu shaved after 2 months, and we follow this. Taking sannyas. After taking initiation, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, who in his youth was known as Abhay Charana De, he became Abhay Charana Das Adhikari. After some time, he became penniless. Then he arrived here, Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata Mat, about 1 month prior to this day. I requested him, "Do not stay anywhere else. You are my Shiksha Guru. You are the friend of my Guru, and you are a very senior devotee of Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. I have known you since 1946. He accepted and said, "Okay, I will stay here." There were 2 rooms here. I was in this room. I guess he was speaking in front of his room there, or maybe he pointed to his room there, that on the side there. He said, "I was in this room, and I requested him to stay in the room next to mine. When this temple room was made, however," so my Gurudev used to stay in a different room. Well, I know the room that that Srila Prabhupada stayed in was the room, if you've ever been inside Keshavji Gaudiya Mat, it's in Haribol Bhavatarani Mataji. If you stay in, if you go to Keshavji Gaudiya Mat, you know where the kitchen is, and then there's one small storeroom. Actually, I lived in that room right next to the kitchen, and then next to that is the room that Srila Prabhupada stayed in. And so my Gurudev was saying that I stayed in this room. That must be the room right beside the temple room where Sheshai Prabhu stays now. Well, stayed before. So I was in this room, and I requested him to stay in the room next to mine. When this temple room was made, however, I went to that room, and I requested him to go to the room opposite that one. Oh, never mind. Anyways, whatever. So he stayed there, and he would write the entire night. He would publish a magazine from here. It was from here that he established the League of Devotees, and later on he named it the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. He published the first 3 volumes of Śrīmad Bhagavatam in Delhi, and he presented them to me. I would edit his Hindi in the magazine Bhagavat Darshan, and he also continued that magazine while he was in Jhansi. While he was here, I requested him, "You are so qualified, and Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada wanted you to preach, especially in English, and go to the Western countries. You served him by writing so many articles in the Harmonist and other magazines. You are very qualified. Why not try to follow the order of your Gurudev and take sannyas?" He replied, "Oh, I used to fear this. When my Prabhupada initiated me, I began to read I read Śrīmad Bhagavatam, and I saw in a shloka there, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Yasyaham Anugrinami Harishyeta Dhanam Shanai Tato Dhanam tyajantyasya svajana dukkha dukkhitam. That's Śrīmad Bhagavatam 1088, verse 8. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "If I especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. Then the relatives and friends of such a poverty-stricken man abandon him. In this way, he suffers one distress after another." Ready to surrender to Krishna? That's what you get for surrendering to Krishna, is that he'll deprive you of your wealth, and everybody will want to leave you, and you'll suffer one distress after another. Yeah, let's surrender. Okay. Those whom I accept, I make them street beggars. So I feared that that would be my fate. I thought, I have a good family, my wife and my sons and daughters. What will become of them? Now I am very wealthy, but if that happens, what will become of them? 1 or 2 months after taking initiation, he became the manager of Bengal Chemical. Later, he left that and came to Allahabad, where he started his own business called the Prayag Chemical. That business failed. Then he started a very large medical shop, and after 1 year, it also failed. Then he began to advertise medicines as a medical representative. That failed, and he became poor like a beggar. Then he came here to Mathura to sell his medicines, and in the meantime, I requested him, "What are you doing? You have not come to this world to sell medicine. You are a representative of Krishna and Chaitanya and Mahaprabhu. You should remember who you are and take sannyas. You are a friend of my Gurudev, a very bosom friend. He is just about to come here. He'll be here in about 4 or 5 days, so please be prepared to take sannyas." Muni Maharaj was here, and at that time he was about 95 years old. He was about 95 years of age. He told Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj, "If you take the renounced order, then I must take it with you." In this way he very much inspired him. Soon our Gurudev came, and I told him, "Why are you not compelling him? He cannot disobey you. He is your bosom friend. You must insist that he take the sannyas order." Then one day, Gurudev and Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj were sitting in Gurudev's room and were joking and talking with each other. I went there and requested my Gurudev, "Why are you not telling him to take sannyas?" My Gurudev said, "Oh, now it is the best time to take sannyas. You should not fear. What was to be done has already been done. Your wife has left you, your sons have left you, and everyone else has left. Your wealth is gone, and now you are like a street beggar." He became ready and took sannyas where you are sitting in the middle of this room, in front of the deities. His own deity, Mahaprabhu, is also here with Radha Krishna, the deity from Jhansi. Also, I want to, maybe we can find what Srila Prabhupada said, because I think, didn't Srila Prabhupada mention that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to him in a dream also and instructed him? Something like that. But anyway, so you can look for that after. I was the priest. I made his danda, the uttariya, the sannyas upper cloth, and all other items. And I taught him how to use them. Though he was so much senior to me, though he was my shiksha guru, I also became his shiksha guru in this, and how to put on sannyas vesh and like that. And how to use all these paraphernalia, how to take sannyas and use all these paraphernalia. Kirtan was performed by Srila Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj and Sheshai Prabhu. Also, Sheshai Prabhu told me that was when he took saffron cloth. And so many others were chanting, "Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare." During the ceremony, kirtan was always going on. Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj continually performed kirtan. After this, Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj began to preach in Agra. Then he went to Delhi, and then he came to Vrindavan, to Radha Damodar. In order to receive the blessing of Srila Rupa Goswami, He stayed there, very near to him. At that time, he was also penniless. I would go there and give him my chadar to sit on. He had no bed and practically no other possessions. He was very simple. Somehow he would make chapatis. He would roll them, and I would put ghee on them in the fire and cook them. I would put them on the fire and cook them with ghee. He knew how to make beautiful and tasteful preparations, and he would teach others. From his letters, I came to know that he himself would cook and teach others how to cook delicious preparations. He would write to me from New York, "Please send very sweet perda from Mathura, not less than 10 kilos." Especially you senior devotees should remember his pastimes, how he was a very strong personality, how he preached throughout the world in a couple of years, established so many preaching centers, and wrote and published a variety of books in many languages. He did parikrama of the entire world about 12 times, and now he is ordering me, "You should do it more times than I did." He is arranging everything, and he is always calling me, "You have done it 10 times, now you should complete at least 15 times. Sometimes the Guru wants to make his disciples look greater than himself, and then he becomes happy. He says, My disciple is preaching so much here and there. He is like a father. When Maharaj Dasharath heard that Ramachandra was very strong and could defeat the entire world, he was extremely happy. When Nanda Maharaj heard that his son Krishna has lifted Govardhan for 7 days on the little finger of his left hand, he became so happy and said, "Oh, how my son is victorious." A guru becomes so happy if his disciples are qualified. My Gurudev will also be very happy if I'm going here and there. He will shower his mercy on me, and Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Maharaj is also like this. In this meeting, his dear senior disciples will speak something in his glorification, and thus offer Puspanjali at his lotus feet. After that, we will perform Archan. At Śrīla Maharaj's request, some senior disciples of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Maharaj spoke, such as Vrindavan Vilasini Mataji, Krishna Kumari Das Mataji, and Radhakund Prabhu. After which, Śrīla Maharaj continued, Bosom friends, I met Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Maharaj in 1946 in Kolkata, before ISKCON was established. He was apparently simply a Grihastha Vaishnav. He had been a friend of my Gurudev since 1923. My Gurudev was somewhat senior because he joined Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada in 1916. He left his university studies and everything else in 1918, and at that time he fully joined. Then in 1923, Sri Abhayacharana Day was initiated by Srila Prabhupada, first Harinam and then Diksha initiation. In 1941, our Guru Maharaj established Sri Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, and Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Maharaj was also one of the establishers. He was one of the founders also. From the beginning, therefore, as one of the founders, he was very intimate with Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. When I met him in 1946, there was no ISKCON. He was alone, but he was serving his Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, in so many ways. When I saw him, I was very attracted. This is my intrinsic nature. That person who is a friend of my Gurudev, who helped my Gurudev, who has done a little service for my Gurudev, who glorifies my Gurudev. I like that devotee very much, and I can give my life for him. I saw that although my Gurudev was a sannyasi and Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Maharaj was a grihastha, Gurudev gave him the same seat as himself. He never gave him a lower or inferior seat. The devotion of any person is the only standard of how much we should respect him. My Gurudev was giving very much importance to this person, and therefore I also accepted him in that way. I thought, he must be someone special. Some qualification compels my Gurudev to honor him so much. I therefore began to serve him, and he was also very attracted to me. At that time, I was very young, only 25 years old, but he would talk with me in a friendly way. And there is so many letters that Srila Prabhupada wrote to our Gurudev. But actually, a lot of them were. I remember one time Premananda Prabhu was mentioning that he was cleaning the room and he was just getting rid of lots of things, and there was a stack of letters, and he didn't realize the importance of those letters, and he said that he threw out so many letters like that. And so, but we have some of them, and they were published as a book, but that wasn't all the letters. There were many, many more letters that Srila Prabhupada wrote, that they wrote back and forth. He was fearless. I know him very well. He had a strong character and never feared anyone. He was like a lion, like his Prabhupada, and like our Gurudev. He would cut all the arguments of the Mayavadis, Sahajiyas, and many other non-bona fide groups. He never tolerated their misconceptions, and he made no compromise with them. He was very strong. At that time, Dr. Radha Krishna was the president of India. He was one of the intellectual giants of the entire world, and Dr. Radha Krishna was a very learned person, especially in Mayavad philosophy. He wrote an article about Bhagavad Gita, and there he said that Krishna's soul is Krishna, but his body is not his soul. There is some difference between the possessor and possession. In reply, Śrīla Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj wrote a very powerful article in our Bhagavat Patrika magazine, and it was sent to that president of India. In that article, he challenged all his arguments and said, "You can reply and try to defeat my arguments. I am not writing to you as the president of India, but I'm writing to you because you are a learned person of Advaitavad philosophy, the philosophy of absolute oneness taught by Shankaracharya, whose conclusion is Advaita Siddhanta." Dr. Radhakrishna could not reply. Such persons cannot reply. He also cut the arguments of the Murgi mission. Do you know the Murgi mission? It is the mission whose members kill murgis, hens, chickens, and eat them. What mission is that? The Ramakrishna mission. They are not religious persons. They are not even a welfare society, because they will even eat cow flesh and other forbidden things. They don't want to honor the Gita. They simply give importance to bread and butter. They don't believe in God who can give eternal bliss in heaven. They believe in bread and butter. Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj never cared for them. He was against their philosophy and activities, and he cut all their arguments. Perhaps Vivekananda had never read scriptures like the Vedas, Upanishads, and Srimad Bhagavatam. His followers are only social persons. They have nothing to do with religion. Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj was fearless like a lion, and he defeated all their arguments. He was in the line of our Guru Parampara. This is, I think everybody here saw what happened, right? Recently with that very famous brahmachari from Dwarka ISKCON, Amogalila Prabhu. He said just in one of his Srimad Bhagavatam classes, he just mentioned a very light thing about, he said, he's talking about Vivekananda, that they eat fish, and like they're not even vegetarian. So how could they really be fully a sadhu? Because sadhus don't eat meat. He said something like that, and then somebody shared it on YouTube, and it got lots of likes, and it like started going viral, that clip, that class. And then ISKCON like very strongly denounced what he said and made him, I forgot how long, it was like 6 months or something like that. They made him like go and repent in Govardhan, and they wrote, "We do not stand by these words." They wrote they put out a letter, an official statement, saying how they do not agree with what he said, and this is not the view of ISKCON, and like that. But see how Srila Prabhupada was. He would probably speak much more strongly than that. Yeah, and he'd cut all their arguments. Perhaps Vivekananda had never read scriptures. Yeah. So Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj was fearless like a lion, and he defeated all their arguments. He was in the line of our Guru Parampara. He would follow all the doctrines, all the acharans, all the practices and behavior, the Vaishnav Sadachar, and the pure, what do you say? Habit is not the right word. Proper behavior, and Vaishnav etiquette. I've never seen him wearing so many kantimalas around his neck as some of his disciples do. We should totally follow him. We should also try to be like strong lions. He was like this. He jumped the 7 oceans from India and went to New York. What did he do there? He performed a miracle. He turned hippies into happies. They are now all happy. A gang of hippies became a high class of devotees. He gave a lesson to this world that even a street beggar who has very strong faith in serving his Gurudev and Radha Krishna, Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu can jump anywhere, in fire, over the Alps, in the Himalayas, in the mountain, anywhere. He can go anywhere, and Krishna will help him. Although penniless, he jumped over the ocean. Somehow he traveled on the Scindia navigation, and he simply chanted the holy names of the Panchatattva. Śrī Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Śrī Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, and the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He never took note of whether anyone was looking at him or not. We think, oh, all are seeing me, but he was never like that. Yeah, in his notes, like in his journal, he would write, today 2 people came to my class. I think he'd sometimes even write their name. And then today nobody came to class, but he still gave the class, and he spoke into the recorder. And he continued giving class every day, whether there was 1 person, 2 people, or nobody. He would. We think, oh, all are seeing me, but he was never like that. Sometimes hippies used to dance to his singing. Sometimes they offered him a bottle of wine or cigarettes and addressed him, "Oh, my friends." They were very quickly attracted to him, and they gradually gave up everything else. He never made any compromise, especially with the Babajis of Radhakund, who speak Sahajiya philosophy. He was like my Gurudev and his Prabhupada. Nowadays, however, so many are going to Radhakund and taking Babaji Vesh from the Babajis, who are not actually following Mahaprabhu. So many ISKCON members are also doing this. What becomes of them? They will also become like those bogus Babajis. We should try to be like Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj and follow his process, his line, and his instruction. The blind and the lame. He would say that if a blind person and a lame person travel together, they can go anywhere they like. The blind person will take the lame person on his shoulders. The lame person has eyes, and he will say, "Oh, you should go this way and that way." The blind person will walk, and the lame person will direct. The Western world is blind, and India is lame. What is the meaning? India has no source of wealth to preach this mission throughout the world. It has eyes, but no legs. It is so lame. America and all Western countries, they are very wealthy, but they have no eyes. If both combine and cooperate, we can preach this mission to the entire world. Put me in samadhi. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj would say, Bombay is my office, Mayapur is my sadhan bhumi, or my place of sadhan bhajan, and my home is Vrindavan. That is why he came to Vrindavan in his final days and took samadhi there, in his home in Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan. I don't know why he was so pleased with me, that he always loved me so much. He gave me so many occasions in which I was able to fully serve him. He was very much attracted to me, and it was my good fortune that he gave me so many orders to serve him. He told me, as his last service, "Put me in samadhi with your own hands." There were so many godbrothers who were very scholarly and very high class, and there were more than 100 very qualified GBC and others. I had never been to university or anything like that. Still, he had so much faith in me, and therefore he ordered me in this way, and I followed his instructions. We have a recording of that last conversation with Śrīla Prabhupada and my Gurudev. It's been transcribed as well. But you can also hear the original audio for that. Do not quarrel. He also told me, "You should try to help my devotees. I brought them, but I could not train them fully due to their inability to fully accept my instructions." Then I called Tamal Krishna, Brahmananda, Bhagavan, Kirtanananda, and so many others, and I told them, "Do not quarrel after his departure. You should not think that he will die. A guru like him never dies. He is always in this world. He is eternally present. So, if you want to serve him, you should try to preach his mission all over the world, as he wanted. Do not quarrel for position, name and fame, wealth, or disciples. I know that after the disappearance of a high class of acharya, some quarrel and some problems come. But I think that you are qualified persons, and you should therefore not quarrel for all these things. Try to give respect to all the disciples of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, regardless of whether they are senior or junior. You should be very liberal to all, and then you can protect his mission. Otherwise, you can destroy his whole mission. I know that you have learned I know that you've learned how to make money. I know that he has trained you all how very easily in a moment to make so much money. But I think that you'll have to learn more. His real mission. You'll have to learn his intrinsic moods, why he descended here from the transcendental world, and what his mission was. You should try to understand this. His mission was the same as that of Mahaprabhu, and they both did it through Sankirtan. Anarpita chirim chirat karunaya vatirna kalo samarpaitum unattojvala rasam svabhakti shriyam Hari purata sundara dyuti kadamba sandipita sada hridaya kandare spuratu va sachinandanaha. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 1:4. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Shachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. So you should try to understand this. His mission was the same as that as Mahaprabhu, and they both did it through Sankirtan. Then my Gurudev quoted this verse. You should know what kirtan is, but you do not know what real kirtan of the heart is. You do not know what the pure name is. If the pure name manifests, a man is totally changed. Love and affection comes for all, even for the creepers, trees, and everything else. There will be no quarreling, and then you'll be Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Suhishnana, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadahari. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 1731. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and one should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Then I will think that you know his intrinsic mood, and you are following that. That's what he told to all the senior devotees after at the time of Śrīla Prabhupada's disappearance. If they will honor all devotees,
And now my Guru is speaking to the audience again. If they will honor all devotees, I think that all will return back to Godhead. But if they are not giving honor and respect to the devotees, no one will join them. Even a dog knows. Sorry. Sorry, 1 second. Something stuck in my throat. If you will call a dog, oh, here, 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 he will come. All can understand if you have bhakti in your heart and honor for all devotees. Yes. In other words, dogs can understand language just by your actions. They can understand what you're trying to express. They can understand your heart. As Srila Rupa Goswami has told, Krishneti yasya giritan manasatriyeta dikshasti chet pranati bhishcha bhajantamisham shrushrushaya bhajana vikyamananyamanya nindadi shunya hridam ipsita sangalabdya. Nectar of Instruction, Text 5. One should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. One should offer humble obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation and is engaged in worshipping the deity. And one should associate with and faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. We should try to honor all according to their qualification in bhakti, and then everyone will be trained and no one will fall. Otherwise, all are going to fall down. If anyone has a strong personality like your Prabhupada, serving Gurudev and preaching like him, he will be a very high class of devotee. So it was here on this day that your Prabhupada took the renounced order, and he preached over the entire world in a couple of years. This miracle has not been seen before. He was one of the arms of Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Prabhupada and Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, and they predicted his coming. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura has written, I think that within a very few years, thousands of Western devotees wearing shikas, tulsi malas, and chanting Hare Krishna, they will join Indian devotees. Both will chant and dance together. And this is what we are now seeing everywhere. So we should chant and remember in the proper line, and all other things will come automatically. The Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, and the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, are Radha and Krishna themselves, and Mahaprabhu himself. If we are chanting and remembering with sadachar, we will achieve the goal very soon. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj is showering his blessings upon all those who, although having left Krishna consciousness, are now coming again to this Krishna consciousness movement. The real meaning of ISKCON. What is the real meaning of ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness? Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati Kriyatam Yadi Kutopi Labhyate Tratram Lolyam Api Mulyam Ekalam Janma Koti Sukriter Nalabhyate. That's from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 870. Pure devotional service and Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activities in hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is, intense greed to obtain it. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. If anyone is following this principle, then he is an ISKCON member in the real sense. Otherwise not. So we should try to know his mood. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati. If our hearts are saturated with bhakti ras, with the bhakti ras of Vrindavan, then we are ISKCON members in the truest sense. If anyone is falling down, he was never a real ISKCON member, because anyone who has a taste in bhakti ras will never fall down. A true ISKCON member can never fall down. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Okay, so now we will read. Wow, it's already 8 o'clock. Okay, so let's find an article by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. I'm just going to check the comments really quick. Oh, I forgot, it's right here. Haribol Sudevi Didi. Vidyalala Sadidi said, Srila Prabhupada would say, my Guru Maharaj used to say that if people do not come to hear this philosophy, do not be discouraged. You should sit down in a room and try to preach. It's cut off for me because it doesn't show the full comment. The four walls will hear you. Do not be disappointed. Wow. The four walls will hear you. Do not be disappointed. Yes. Srila Prabhupada was a complete embodiment of a Guru Sevak. Like he's the ideal shining example of what a true Guru Sevak is. How the words of I always repeat, I always mention that quote by Srila Goswami Maharaj, that Srila Prabhupada made himself so empty of any other desire but to fulfill the order of Krishna, that Krishna had no alternative. Krishna was forced. He had to come down and give him his Shakti. And so, Shaktivesh avatar, I cannot but take him to be so. The intensity and magnitude, it's not an ordinary thing of this world. That taking the highest thing to the lowest position. So, this is the power of. And he was so bold, like he was so earnest in his wanting wanting to fulfill the order of his guru, to use better words than that. But then he said that he enlisted Krishna in the service of his own guru. He said to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, you'll have auspiciousness, you'll have punya if you do this one thing." He said, and he's like, this is the only way that you'll attain any auspiciousness, Krishna. That is the goodwill of Radharani. When Radharani is pleased with you, then you'll attain auspiciousness. I tell you this with utter conviction. Dhruva ati bodhito matai. And then he said that Sachi Sutta, what is it? My Guru Maharaj is a servant of Srimati Radharani herself. And therefore he's very dear to Sachinandan. And so he has given me this order, and so if you don't help me in fulfilling this order, Radharani will not be pleased with you, Krishna. That was Srila Prabhupada's, that's how strongly Srila Prabhupada made the order of his Gurudev his all in all. And so that is his main glory. It isn't just the effect of, that he made preaching centers all over the world and the whole world is chanting Hare Krishna because of him. That's the side effect of completely, he wasn't thinking that I'm going to make the whole world Krishna consciousness. No, he was just thinking, I'm going to fulfill the order of my Guru Maharaj. And from that dedication to that, everything came automatically. So now we will see what articles there are. Yes, that's what he personally demonstrated. That he would follow the order of his Guru Maharaj, whether there's anybody there to hear him or not, he would speak to the four walls. Yes, yes, Very nice points, Vidyalala Saditi. Okay, so now I want to read something by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. Let's see, checking resources, Rays of the Harmonist. Let's see what articles there are. Which issue should we read from? This one is Pratishta Parivarjan. That's a nice article. But let's see. What's this one? Love. That one's a very technical article. Sargun and Bhakti. I'm not familiar with that one. A deliberation on the methodology of sadhu sangha. Let's see. What about one called sadhan? Let's see. Is that one here? That would be helpful for me. Yeah, let's read this one, sadhan. Unless anybody has any other suggestion. Okay. Oh, just looking at the comments. Haribo, Champak Didi. Okay. So, Sadhan by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. This is translated from Śrī Gaudiya Patrika, Year 8, Issue 7. The desire for sadhu sangha and the inclination to serve Krishna, Krishna Anushilan, appear in the jiva by the influence of Sukriti. The jiva's aversion to Bhagavan is the result of his desire for sense enjoyment. Consequently, he wanders throughout this world with the hope of attaining happiness. As long as his desire for worldly happiness does not wane, an inclination to serve Bhagavan cannot possibly arise in him. However, with the accumulation of abundant sukriti, or spiritual merit, his desire for worldly enjoyment slackens. This is the result of Bhagavan's gradual mercy upon him. It is then that the desire for sadhu sangha, the association of saintly persons, arises within him naturally. Shraddha, or transcendental faith, arises by discussing topics about Krishna in sadhu sangha. With the jiva's increasing efforts to engage in the cultivation of activities related to Krishna, a greed to attain Bhagavan appears within him. At that time, one should accept the shelter of the lotus feet of a guru whose character is spotless and who has full knowledge of philosophical truths. One should learn the art of bhajan from such a guru. Only by the strength of his bhajan does the jiva attain the complete mercy of Bhagavan. To attain the mercy of Bhagavan is the sole purpose of sadhan. In the jiva's condition of being completely captivated by Maya, he must accept the activities of sadhan as indispensable in order to become eligible to attain the mercy of Bhagavan. Sriman Mahaprabhu himself has said, Sadhan bina jiver sadhya vastu keho nahi pai sai. A jiva who does not perform sadhan does not attain his goal or sadhya. Although a person may have attained a little shraddha, if he is lazy about performing the activities of sadhan and simply sits back and hopes to attain Krishna's mercy, he will not receive any real benefit. His life will simply pass by uselessly. Krishna is the embodiment of mercy, and in bestowing his boundless compassion upon the jivas, he has manifested the Vedic scriptures. Furthermore, he descends in every yuga and preaches the specific dharma are spiritual means for deliverance for that yuga. In this way, he endeavors to make all jivas understand those Vedic principles. He endeavors to make all jivas understand those Vedic principles and become favorably inclined toward him. Particularly in Kali Yuga, his mercy is available without restriction. Those who do not become inclined to perform sadhan to attain Krishna, despite having such an opportunity, simply have no hope of ever attaining auspiciousness. Heavy. The specific result one attains at the stage of perfection is a function of the quality of one's sadhan. Sri Krishna Chandra is supremely independent. If he so desires, he can give his darshan to the jiva. That said, if a person's heart lacks... One second, just stretching. Oh, okay. That said, if a person's heart lacks eagerness to perform even a little sadhan to attain him, then that person's yearning for Krishna cannot be genuine. Rather, it is simply a semblance of real hankering. Such a person would not in fact be satisfied even by the direct darshan of Bhagavan, but he would return to this world from Vaikuntha to fulfill his hankering for the worthless happiness of this world. The process of sadhan is nothing but the art of increasing one's thirst to attain Bhagavan. Okay, got that? The process of sadhan is what? It is nothing but the art of increasing one's thirst to attain Bhagavan. A person receives the mercy of Krishna in proportion to the intensity of this thirst, which develops by performing sadhan marked by care and eagerness. When such sadhan is fully matured, Krishna manifests himself to that person. He cannot withhold himself. The conditioned jiva will never achieve success if he relinquishes the activities of sadhan. He must embrace them with great care. He will approach perfection to the extent that he performs sadhan with honor. What is sadhan? Śrīla Rupa Goswami has stated, Nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatyam hridisadhyata. Sadhan is the process of awakening the eternal dormant propensity within one's heart to love Krishna. It's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 122. The jiva's eternal constitutional nature is to be a servant of Bhagavan, and his eternal occupation is Bhagavat Prem, to render loving service to Bhagavan. And the jiva's conditioned state, his eternally perfect love is observed in the form of his love for sense objects. So in the jiva's conditioned state, his eternally perfect love is observed in the form of his love for sense objects. That's the perverted reflection of his. Sadhan is the process that revokes that love from the sense objects and causes this eternal love to appear in the heart. I love that verse by Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, and I think it's in Tuhudoya Sagara, is it? How does it go? Oh God, my mind went blank. Vishaya je priti ebe achaye amar, she mata priti ho charane tomar. That's in Prabhu, what is it? Prabhu Tavapada Yuga, I think. Means, oh Lord, to the degree that I so much love the objects of my senses, like objects of enjoyment, may I love you with that same intensity. May that love be, may I love you like that. The Shastras delineate the various limbs of sadhan. Śrīla Rupa Goswami has divided these into 64 divisions in his book Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Srimad Bhagavatam divides them into 9 forms, namely Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, etc. The essence of all sadhan, especially in Kali Yuga, is Harinam, to chant the holy names of Krishna. Shri Nam Sankirtan is the highest sadhan, and the various other limbs of sadhan are its assistants. when the best of scholars, Vasudeva Sarvabhauma, wished to know what is the highest sadhan, Sriman Mahaprabhu replied that Harinam Sankirtan is topmost. This is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 6.241. Bhakti sadhan shreshta shunite hoilo man, Prabhu upadesha koilo nama sankirtan. Sri Mahaprabhu also spoke the following words to Sri Sanatana Goswami. Bhajanera madhya shreshta navavidha bhakti, Krishna prema Krishna dite dhare mahashakti, Tar madhya sarva shreshta nama sankirtan, Niraparade nama loile pai premadhan. Among the various methods of performing bhajan, the best is to execute the 9 prescribed processes. The 9 prescribed processes of bhakti. These processes carry the outstanding potency to bestow both Krishna Prem and Krishna himself. Among the 9 processes of bhakti, chanting the holy names is foremost. If one chants without committing any offenses, one easily receives the treasure of pure love for Krishna. That's from Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, Antya Lila 470-71. Oh my god, I need to sit up. Sorry, guys. But in this Kali Yuga, there's a refuge for the jiva. Oops. Okay. But in this Kali Yuga, there is no other refuge for the jiva than chanting the name of Hari. Indeed, Harinam is the only sadhan, and the other limbs of sadhan are accepted as its assistants. In Shastra, we find the statement, Eka anga sade keho sade bahu anga. Some people practice a single limb, whereas others practice many. However, no one should think that he can attain perfection by taking shelter of any limb other than Harinam. When a sadhak understands Harinam to be the topmost sadhan and takes one pointed shelter of Nam, he can also perform the other limbs of sadhan. Shastra clearly declares, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Name, Harer Name Vakevalam, Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatira, Eva Gat. Nasteva Gatiranyata. Sorry, guys. Oh my god, I'm starting to get sleepy. To attain one's spiritual goal in Kali Yuga, there is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way than to chant the holy name. Chant the holy name. Chant the holy name. Sri Nama is both the practice and the goal. Whoever is the recipient of Sriman Mahaprabhu's mercy will single-mindedly take shelter of Harinam without any duplicity. As he performs sadhan of Harinam and gradually attains perfection, he will come to realize Nam in the form of a sadhya, or goal. This is because Krishna's name is both the goal and the means to attain it. There is no difference between Krishna's name, the Nam, Krishna's name, and Krishna himself, the possessor of the name, Nami. There's no difference between Nama and Nami. Nama is Krishna, Nami is Radharani. Sorry, I don't know. What was I saying? I'm starting to fall asleep, and so I just was speaking stuff. And Nami is, sorry, I don't even know what I just said then. There's no difference between Krishna's name, Nam, and Krishna himself, the possessor of the name, Nami. Okay. I should stand up, but I don't have my table here with me. Anyways, we're getting close to the end. Instructions to the sadhak on the practice of chanting. Really, Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, like if you see throughout all his writings, he gave the most emphasis on chanting Harinam. It is necessary to deliberate a little on the subject of the practice, or sadhan, of Shri Nam. Sadhan is performed with the senses. Therefore, it is essential that the sadhak firmly and expertly engage his senses in the activities of sadhan. One can perform the practices of sadhana in a charming way if one keeps the body healthy. So we need to take good care of our health. This can be achieved by regulating one's eating, yukta ahar, and recreation, yukta vihar. In other words, if a person tortures his body by being falsely renounced, then all his senses become disabled. Consequently, instead of the sadhak performing sadhana, he forfeits his life. In this regard, Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verses 16 to 17, Na tishnatastu yogosti, na chaikantam anashnata, na chati swapnashilasya, jagrato naiva charjuna. O Arjuna, yoga cannot be perfected by one who eats too much or too little, or who sleeps too much or too little. Yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkhaha. For one who is moderate in eating and recreation, balanced in work, and regulated in sleeping and wakefulness, his practice of yoga destroys all material miseries. The meaning here is that one who eats too much or hardly eats at all, or who sleeps a lot or does not sleep enough, that person is never able to use his body and senses to perform the activities of sadhana. If a person does not allow his body to become unhealthy or his senses inactive, regulating all his endeavors, including his eating, recreation, sleeping, and walking, then his sadhana will be executed exquisitely, and it will destroy all his miseries. That's what I need to work on, regulating my sleep. Oof, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura is talking to me very directly here. Okay. The implication is that one must engage one's internal sense, the mind, in remembering and meditating upon Sri Nam by protecting it from the four anarthas, or impediments to spiritual progress. These impediments are misconceptions about reality, Sarup Brahm, hankering for temporary objects, Asat Trishna, weakness of the heart in adopting the process of bhakti, Hridaya Daurbalya, and offenses, Aparad. Moreover, one's external senses should be protected from becoming habituated to activities that are unfavorable to one's bhajan, such as overeating, oversleeping, and endeavoring for sense objects. Instead, they should be incessantly engaged in the sadhana of Nam Kirtan. The capacity to do so is indeed the expertise of a sadhak. Okay, we're on the last page now. The foundation of sadhana, determination to accept what is favorable for bhakti and to reject what is unfavorable. It is necessary for a sadhak to be both vigilant and resolute in accepting what is favorable for his bhakti and rejecting what is unfavorable. Often, various unfavorable things come into the life of a jiva. Unfavorable things come to the life of a jiva in this material world, and if he does not carefully and decisively reject them, they will hinder his sadhana and delay him in attaining his cherished goal. Sometimes one may think, let me do what is unfavorable for my sadhana today, and from tomorrow I will take special care to avoid this. But one who manifests such weakness of heart, such hridaya daurbalya, will never attain auspiciousness. As soon as a sadhak perceives something to be an obstacle to his bhajan, he should give it up immediately and embrace the mercy of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Determination is indeed the foundation of sadhana. If a person lacks determination, he cannot progress even a single step in his sadhana. The sadhak's foremost assistant is sadhu sangha. Just checking the comments. Sadhuk's foremost assistant is sadhu sangha. The sadhu is a sadhuk's primary benefactor. The heart of the Buddha Jiva is so captured by anarthas that he cannot single-handedly remove them, despite his arduous attempts to do so. For one who remains in sadhu sangha, however, anarthas have no chance of manifesting. For one who remains in sadhu sangha, however, anarthas have no chance of manifesting. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Mahashaya has rightly said, Ki baba korite pare kama krodha sadhakera jadi hoy sadhu janar sangha. What can lust and anger do to a sadhak if he is in the association of sadhus? What can lust and anger do to that sadhak? Okay. Next page, sorry. Sadhu Sangha is absolutely essential for one who wants to properly perform the activities of sadhan. Sriman Mahaprabhu has said, Krishna Bhakti Janmamul Hoy Sadhu Sangha Krishna Prema Janme Teho Punya Mukhya Anga. The underlying cause of the birth of bhakti is to Shri Krishna. What is the Janmamul of Krishna Bhakti? Hoy Sadhu Sangha. It is Sadhu Sangha. Sorry. The underlying cause for Krishna is Sadhu Sangha. The underlying cause of Krishna is Sadhu Sangha. Oh my God, I started reading this like in half instead of reading it. Sorry. The underlying cause of the birth of bhakti to Shri Krishna is Sadhu Sangha. Even after Krishna Prema awakens in the heart, Sadhu Sangha remains the foremost principle. Wow. Even after Krishna Prema awakens in the heart, Sadhu Sangha still remains the foremost principle. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 2283. Mahat kripa bina kono karme bhakti noy, Krishna bhakti dure rahu sangsar nahe koi. Unless a person is blessed by an exalted saint, none of the activities he performs can be considered to be bhakti. What to say of attaining Krishna Prema? What to say of attaining Krishna Bhakti? It is impossible for him to even extricate himself from material existence. That's Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 2251. Incessantly accept the shelter of Shri Nam and pray for the mercy of Shri Nam. Okay, we're on the last paragraph. Sorry, guys. You're being very patient with me. If one can chant the holy name in the association of a pure devotee who is attached to chanting, all his offenses will be dispelled and Nam Tattva will quickly manifest in his heart. Our prayer at the lotus feet of Sriman Mahaprabhu is that by incessantly chanting the holy name in the association of a Shuddha Bhakta, we may soon experience the sweetness, the ras of Shri Nam. We pray for nothing other than the mercy of Shri Nam. Jai Shri Hari Nam Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai. Shri sorry. Whoa, I was doing Jajvani just now. I'm going on autopilot right now. Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. My God, this is embarrassing. Sorry, guys. This whole article is like very essential for me right now. You can see it. In Madhurya Kadambini, Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Ṭhākura writes about the 3 levels. What is it? It's sleep coming in. What is it? Loy Bhikshe? No. Anyways, he talks about in sadhan when we fall asleep, and there's 3 levels of that. One is when we're meditating and you fall asleep. That's not as like severe, and then smaran. And then Shravan, if you're listening to Hari Katha or something and you're falling asleep, that's a bit more severe. But the worst is when you're speaking or you're doing kirtan and then sleep is coming. That's like the most, you have a lot to, yeah. Anyways, that's my situation. So okay, we'll do Maha Mantra and then Jaidwani and end for today. And sorry for all that, everybody. I'm gonna try to follow these instructions of Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura to become more regulated in my sleep. Beginning this third month of Chaturmasya, I'm gonna go to sleep early, and you won't have to. Yeah, I always say that, though, don't I? Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Vrinda Vigri Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Guru Deva Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gaurkishoras Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Rupa Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath Shar Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Sarva Abhishta Bhadakta Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ki Jai, Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai, Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Vishwarup Mahotsav Ki Jai, Shri Vishwambar Ki Jai, Shri Sachinandan, Shri the Sannyas Day of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada and Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Also, my Param Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj took sannyas from Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Shira Goswami Maharaj. So Śrīla Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. The third month of Chaturmasya Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Vrindai Tulsi Devai, Priyaya Keshavashata, Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi, Satyavatai Namo Namaha, Vancha Kalpadru Kyashtra, Kripa Sindhu Kyaivacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Hare Krishna. Champakti is saying, yeah, Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Bharati Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Yes. Oh yeah, for many of you, it's still his disappearance day, isn't it? And oh, okay. Oh, I should have. Anyways, we spoke about him yesterday, but I should have mentioned something about him today. I forgot about that. Okay, 45 more minutes until midnight there. Okay. All right, thank you so much for joining. And once again, I'm very sorry for falling asleep so much today. Yeah, I see the reason. I've been pretty good about going to sleep earlier, but then just last night I had to prepare the kirtans for the third month, and I couldn't find them in Bengali or in Devanagari for a lot of them. And so then I had to do a lot of manual work. It took a lot longer to prepare our set of kirtans that we're doing for this third month than I realized. And so I stayed up pretty late. But I think from tomorrow onwards, I won't be falling asleep like this. So. Oh, and Pavatarani Mataji is saying that Jayananda Thakur, who built the Rath Yatra carts in San Francisco, was dying of leukemia. And he said, I used to just work hard for Krishna and Prabhupada.
but now I can't preach. I can't even fall asleep. Sorry. He said, I used to work so hard for Srila Krishna and Srila Prabhupada that I couldn't preach. I even fall
Okay.
asleep.
I must have typed it wrong. So he was
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
yeah, he was in his, you know, his illness was pretty bad, and he was working in the store of the temple because he never stopped doing service. And he said, you know, actually he was saying, look at my feet, they're all swollen. He could hardly walk. He goes, I just always used to work hard for Srila Prabhupada. You know, I can't preach. I even fall asleep giving class. And now I can't do anything, you know, but he never stopped chanting and he achieved perfection. So you're actually in good company falling asleep giving class. So
Okay. Well, that makes me feel a little bit more hopeful. Thank you. But I'm a completely different category than Jayananda Thakur. But at least it doesn't mean that. Yeah. Anyways, doesn't mean that everything's lost if just falling asleep in class. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that, Pavatarani Mataji, and everybody. Thank you so much for joining and sticking with me till the end, even though it must have been really difficult. My God, this person's been trying to move out of here, or like they're stuck in our yard there. Anyways, it's been trying to get out for like half an hour. No, probably less than that, but yeah. All right, sorry, I'm babbling on. I'm a bit tired right now, so I get a little bit strange when I'm tired. Tomorrow, when today I get mukti from this fear that's been driving me completely crazy. So tomorrow I'll look very different, and we will continue our Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata reading. Yeah, we're getting close to the end, so hopefully you can join that tomorrow. And yeah, otherwise, Jai Shri Radhe, Hari Bol. Dandavat pranams, everybody.